Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
On an all-new Nevada Newsmakers, we've got a debate between school board candidates for District F, Adam Mayberry and Graeme Reid, moderated by me, Mark Robison from the Reno Gazette Journal. So stick around for an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Retail's impact on Nevada's economy? Enormous. 8,600 businesses, large and small, employing 145,000 workers. And last fiscal year, retail paid tax on nearly $60 billion in sales. We're the Retail Association of Nevada. We support retail, we help it grow, and we mean business.
RANNV.org.
Before the masks, before the distancing, before the world changed, UMC was ready. Our response to COVID-19 began before the crisis did, with our own team of infectious disease experts who've spent their careers planning for this moment. With a pandemic response plan, we'd practiced again and again, and by blazing new trails in large-scale testing, including every patient we admit. Always ready. UMC.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
Nevada Newsmakers Studio is located at the headquarters of the Nevada Trucking Association. Motion and purpose are a truck's greatest virtue.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
Okay, and we are back on Nevada Newsmakers. I am Mark Robison from the Reno Gazette Journal, and here today with Graeme Reid, Adam Mayberry. This is a debate for School Board District F, which covers basically the eastern half of the county. It includes Spanish Springs, Sun Valley, Sparks, Hidden Valley, and lots of other places. And so we're going to jump right into the questions. And so first one, we'll go with you, Graeme. And just cutting straight to the heart of things, why are you going to be a better school board trustee?
Well, better than what? I don't know.
Better than your opponent.
So I am a candidate for change. I want positive change in the school district. I want to turn it into a world-class educational forum for our children. I want to see the politicization of the schools system ended. And I want to see our teachers freed up to teach. I don't like the top-heavy bureaucracy. And I want to free up the teachers to teach. I see that there's a lot of teachers that are suffering from the heavy administrative burden that they have, excessive testing, data entry. So that is something I would like to free them up and let them teach our kids.
Okay, Adam, why do you think you would be the better candidate here?
Yeah, no, thanks, and thanks for having us on the program, Mark. I had the privilege to be appointed to the board back in November by unanimous vote. I'm a native Nevadan. I've been in the state my entire life. I have 2 children that are in the district, and I've seen really a lot of division, in our communities. A lot of that is driven by a lot of these narratives that I think have been extremely harmful. My focus really is on improving the academic performance of our children. And that means a lot of things. It means making sure that there's enough teachers in the classroom and that we retain our teachers. And in order to do that, we need to compensate them more. It means making sure that we have enough teacher aides and assistants to support those teachers. All our kids learn at different paces, and it's absolutely critical that we do all we can to lift them up. It means making sure that we have the right mental health support and overall the means and resources and the tools for our families and their students to be successful. And I've been championing that, and it's been a real privilege to serve, and I hope to continue to do that in this capacity.
Okay, well, and so I'll continue on that, Adam. So one of the responses that's been given for related to the district's historically poor performance for students is that, okay, now we're going to add one-on-one tutors and after-school programs and summer programs. We're going to do those things more and help lift our students up. Right. When I hear that, to me, it implies that they can't get the education that they need in the normal classroom, that we have to have these supplemental things. And so what normal classroom period to help the students learn what they need to learn?
Well, I think first let's put this in perspective. I mean, we're coming off of 2 years of a pandemic, a lot of lost learning. So we need to, there's a lot of academic recovery that we need to take place. Certainly we've had some challenges in the past, largely because the state doesn't fund our local schools enough. You know, the state actually has declined from 40% down to 31% in terms of the education fund. There's about $400 million in state coffers that we can use to fund and support our teachers and our education system. Tutors, after-school programs, those are absolutely going to go a long way to continue to support and improve academic performance. But it's, you know, I've talked to teachers where they maybe spend on average 3 minutes a week with one child because they have too many kids. There's a lot of, we need to focus more on our special needs students as well. We need to focus on our English language learners and our vulnerable population and lift them up. I think a lot of things that we do good, we can do better. But certainly there's been some challenges and we're addressing them.
Okay, Graeme, what would you want to see done for the regular classrooms to improve the teaching in those?
So first of all, about the testing. So I'm not a fan of the amount of testing that has gone on. I saw this with I have an older daughter as well, and she went to school here in the 90s, early 2000s, and I saw the additional or the extra testing that was going on. And in my opinion, that testing is not for the benefit of the children. It's something that big government bureaucrats use to drive policy. They want the statistics. And so I'm not a fan of the testing. So what I would do is I want to return to a more traditional form of teaching where the teachers are responsible for teaching their students entirely. I want to decentralize the power and get it back to the principals and the teachers to run their schools as best they can. And my boys right now are in elementary school, so I see the testing. In fact, I just had a meeting with my kid's teacher this morning, and it's all about the testing and the numbers. And I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that is the way to go with the testing.
So let me follow up
education
with that a little bit. So isn't some of that required for funding, and so therefore they have to do the testing? It's not a matter of that the school board can say, yes, we'll not do all these tests, that it's required.
Oh, it's a sophisticated area that I'm walking into here with you're right. I mean, you're right, the testing. We've got the Federal Department of Education, we've got the State Department of Education. Everybody has their say. And the school board will have some leeway with regard to decentralizing education back to the teachers. Okay. I'm not saying we could get rid of all of it.
Okay, Adam, what do you say about decentralizing?
Yeah, well, here's the facts. The Smarter Balance test is something that's required, and it's a snapshot in time. I don't think it's a very accurate measurement of the performance of our students. What we haven't done a good enough job of, and what we intend to do, is bring testing that really measures growth. We don't have that now. And so a lot of these tests, the AC tests, the Smarter Balance assessment, they don't really have a growth measurement. Whereas tests like the MAP test, you do one in the fall, mid-year, and at the end, and you can really measure the growth. That's what we need to see from our students, is a growth metrics.
Okay, and with that, we'll take a break and be right back with this debate.
Ahern Rentals began as Signal Gas Station on Las Vegas Boulevard. Founder John Ahern grew the business by offering rentals. His son Don built on John's legacy, growing Ahern Rentals into the largest independently owned American rental company, with 89 locations in 30 states. Don also brought his experience and vision to equipment manufacturing with Extreme Manufacturing and Snorkel. Today, Ahern Rentals continues to bring its family values to a new generation. Learn more at ahern.com.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com. I'm here at the Carson Valley Inn in Minden with Joey Whitaker. Entertainment here at the Carson Valley Inn is extraordinary.
Yeah, super proud of the TJ's Corral, our outdoor venue, about 1,500 seats. We've had first-class entertainment out there. We've had Merle Haggard, we've had Chris Young, we've had Lee Brice a couple times, we've had Pat Benatar, Joan Jett, who's in the Hall of Fame. We're real proud out there, and it's just a great time. Watch CarsonValleyInn.com and grab those tickets early. It's not a long way to get away to the Carson Valley Inn.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
Back on Nevada Newsmakers, I'm Mark Robison from the Reno Gazette Journal, and we have a school board debate, District F, with Adam Mayberry, Graeme Reid. Graeme, I want to start with something that you mentioned earlier and that you've also mentioned often, is that you think that that teachers need to teach the curriculum neutrally and not cross the line into political activism. And so I'm hoping that you can give an example and also tell how you would keep teachers from bringing in a political agenda to the classroom.
So essentially, you were talking about the golden rule of teaching. You leave your politics at home. So that I see has been violated these past few years, where we have essentially greenlit teachers to cross that line if they want to. I'm not saying they have to, but some of them will, some of them won't. And in my mind, that is completely inappropriate. So that needs to be enforced through the principals at schools. They need to make sure what's going on, because obviously us as parents, we're not there, we're not seeing what's going on. So that needs to be enforced by the principals at schools.
Okay, Adam?
Well, I certainly don't support any divisive curriculum. Look, I don't support curriculum that's going to pit students against each other, or students who may have had ancestors that committed atrocities feel any worse, or ancestors who were victims of some of the atrocities feel any worse. But I mean, I think we need to continue to teach a true depiction of history. I've seen the curriculum, Mark. Much of it is very similar to what you and I were taught back in the day. I think the real focus that we need to continue to instill into our children are the primary values of this great nation, and that is liberty, democracy, and equality. And then and only then can we truly become a more perfect union. So I think this division, this notion of politicization in our schools is nothing but a distraction from really helping us get the real work done that we need to by our administrators and our teachers. I just don't see it. I've talked to teachers. I understand that it's part of this national narrative. But I don't see it in our schools at all.
Graeme, would you like to rebut?
Yeah, so that was a little more broad answer about the curriculum. So there is no question that the direction the school district is heading is politicized. You have the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office that's popped up in the last few years. There was not, in my opinion, a proper community debate about that. That is how they drive critical race theory through the school. And again, Am I saying they're teaching graduate level classes in critical race theory to kindergartners? No, of course not. That's not how it works. It's a as they say, it's a lens that the curriculum is taught through. And you only have to go to the webpage for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion department, and you will see it's all there. It's all political.
Well, let me jump in there and say, so like when I went to school, some would say that there was a lens to what I was taught. So, for example, I was taught that DeSoto discovered the Mississippi River, and that had a certain political viewpoint to it. Whether because obviously there were hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people living here who had already discovered the Mississippi River, and so that there has always been this sort of politicization, and that this is just sort of correcting for some of that.
Oh, I think it's completely different now. This is not what you're describing. It's a movement across the country to politicize education, and it needs to be stopped.
Okay, Adam.
Well, look, respectfully, when Mr. Reid mentions the diversity information online, it is not in the curriculum. That is a training manual for staff. It is for adults. It is not part of the curriculum. The Nevada Content Academic Standards generally lay out what should be taught, particularly with social studies. And sure, let's teach slavery and the impacts of slavery. And let's teach how people of color were oppressed in this nation. But the notion that we're politicizing our schools I think, is a patently false and frankly disingenuous narrative that again continues to prevent us from doing the real work of improving the academic performance for our students.
Okay, well, let me follow up sort of like I did with Graeme, with you, Adam. So, one of the things that he might say is that yes, this is a manual just for teachers, but it is indoctrinating the teachers, which then filters down to the students. And so that you're putting that sort of diversity teaching that some people are objecting to, so that it will filter down into the students, so that the teachers have to sign a loyalty oath that they agree with this type of teaching.
I manifestly disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. It's because the staff at the school district, let's face it, we haven't done a very good job of having a diverse staff. There's primarily white. 42% of our student body is Hispanic. We have an African American population. If you match up our staff, their ethnicity, it doesn't match what the reality is in our student body. So I think there is some benefit to allowing our staff, our teachers, to really see the world through the lenses of some of our students who haven't had some of the luxuries of others.
Okay, well, let's leave it there. Go to a break right now. We'll be right back on Nevada Newsmakers.
Southwest Specialties has been making the homes and businesses of Nevada beautiful for more than 20 years. Their experienced designers and craftsmen create the walkways, backyards, water features, and a variety of outdoor cooking areas that add curb appeal and value to your investment. Call today or visit them at their website and see how they can make your outdoor spaces special. Southwest Specialties, creative, distinctive, beautiful.
Modern boutique Ahern Hotel and Events Center in Las Vegas. Host meetings and events on 2 floors. Stay in luxurious rooms and suites. Unlimited branding opportunities. Regional Italian cuisine by Chef Mark Segrisi. Flexible event spaces. Full buyout options. Visit ahernhotel.com today.
Everyone is talking about opioids, but they're not the only drugs that can be harmful if taken in large quantities or not as prescribed. You also need to be aware of side effects from anxiety drugs, muscle relaxants, sleep aids, and stimulants. Mixing prescription drugs with other drugs or alcohol can be dangerous. If you take an Ambien with a glass of wine, it may be enough to stop you from breathing. Prescribed drugs can be just as dangerous as illegal drugs. Take medications only as directed.
Hi, I'm Renee Summer, our digital news anchor here at 7 at 7. Watch our streaming nonstop newscast immediately with your mobile phone. 7 at 7 is the new way for you to get every bit of local news you need in just 7 minutes. Breaking news, local neighborhood news, weather, and sports are just a click away. Reporters bring you all of what's happening in the Valley. From Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, YouTube, and more. Get every bit of local news you need from the RJ and LVRJ.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
Okay, we are back on Nevada Newsmakers. I'm Mark Robison. I'm here with Adam Mayberry, Graeme Reid. We're having a debate to be the school board trustee for District F, which covers basically the eastern half of the county. And so, Graeme, you'd wanted to respond to that last bit from Adam.
Yeah. So the issue about the politicization of it, it's absolutely there. If you look at the UNR website where they teach, the College of Education where they teach our new teachers, it's run by a guy, Donald Easton-Brooks, who I haven't met. It's not personal. He's a professional critical race theorist. You look at the website; it's all critical race theory on the website. Angela Taylor, our school board president, has a PhD in education. She runs a critical race theory consulting company as her business. Elizabeth Smith, who's on the board, is a diversity and equity person for IGT, same thing. You have Mary Luz Garcia, who's running for county commission, PhD in essentially critical race theory. And with that many people, that's what you're going to get in our school district. And that's the direction that they're going, and that's what I want to end, because I do not believe it benefits any children. And they shouldn't be in our schools. Now, if people who believe in that wanted to set up a sort of social justice school, I believe they should do that. It's a free country. They could set it up as a private school. Parents who want that for their children can pay for that. Teachers who want to teach in that environment can do that. That's perfectly fine. But there's a lot of parents who don't want that for their children, including myself. And I clearly see it as politicization, and it shouldn't be in the schools.
Let's let you respond. One last chance there. So he's saying that he's definitely seeing it in there. You know, for someone watching this, what can you tell them to say that why you're not seeing it in the school district, in the classroom?
Well, sure. I mean, I'm in our schools every week. I tour a couple schools. I talk to our teachers, social studies teachers. And none of them have indicated that there's any divisive curriculum that relates to what Mr. Reid is talking about. And again, I'll go back to what I said earlier. It's nothing more than a distraction. I understand the narrative. I mean, it plays well to a certain base, but I think it's a disingenuous narrative that is continuing to divide our great communities, state, and our nation, and it's preventing us from really doing the real work we need to do.
Okay, well, let's get to one last topic before we have to wrap it up. So except for, and I'm just gonna go to Graeme, except for increasing pay, what is something that the Board of Trustees can do to support teachers?
Well, I'm not saying the increasing pay is a priority. I think that's something that we can look at. I mean, teachers have always been underpaid. It's just the historical nature of the profession, so that's something we could deal with. I think that the reason teachers are leaving, for example, is because of the administrative burden, the testing, and the data collection that I mentioned earlier. These are the reasons. Education has changed, and it's changed rapidly over the past 5 years. These are the reasons teachers are leaving, and that needs to be addressed.
But don't we want data so that we can track how well the students are doing?
See, I don't necessarily agree with that, because I think we need to trust our teachers more to teach our children. Who uses the data? The data is used by big government bureaucrats to drive policy.
Okay, Adam, what do you have to say about helping teachers other than pay?
Well, other than pay, we need to reduce the burdens in the classroom. You know, I talk to teachers and they tell me that they are burdened with a lot of administrative duties, with a lot of writing reports, and it really prevents them from really giving a lot of the students one-on-one attention. You know, all students learn at a different pace. Some need some individualized attention from their teachers. I think we can provide more support, particularly when it comes to aids and assistance to our teachers, particularly those teachers that have a high caseload of special need students. That's something that's really important to me. It's sort of my North Star issue. I have a cochlear implant in my right ear and was had a significant hearing impediment and a speech impediment. So I know something about what it takes to have a public school system lift you up. And I think we need to celebrate our teachers' accomplishments. You know, we Teacher of the Year from Lloyd Diedrichson that we just recognized a few weeks ago. We have a blue ribbon school in Washoe County, just recognized a year ago too. Or a month
Graeme,
ago.
I want to give you the last few words.
Sorry.
So, but make it quick.
Oh yeah, I mean, I agree with Adam. I think we have fantastic teachers and we have to give them everything that they need. I mean, discipline's another issue, not so much at elementary school level, but at high school level. We've got to give the teachers the tools that they need to keep order in their classes.
Okay, and so we'll have to leave it there on this edition of Nevada Newsmakers.
Thank you.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to CAANV.org.
With Nevada's only transplant center and verified burn center, the science is here. With award-winning cardiologist and the state's only dedicated heart failure clinic, the talent is here. With Nevada's most advanced robotic surgery, the technology is here. And with the Silver State's only designated pediatric trauma center, hope is here. All because we are here. UMC.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
As always, you can watch Nevada Newsmakers 24 hours a day at NevadaNewsmakers.com. We'll see you on the next show.